Alright, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to devlog number 4, I guess, of MERCS. I've been pretty hard at work on this one, and I kind of wanted to throw a few more things in there, but I kind of got looking at my history there, and it looks like it's been like a month and a half since my last devlog, so I decided, you know, what the heck, I'll just go ahead and put out this video, give you guys a little bit of an update on what's going on with the game. As always, there's been a number of changes and additions to the game. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So let's go to the garage here. There's been a few new additions here to the garage. So in addition to the usual Panther chassis that we've been having all along, there's now finally two more. We have a Cougar light chassis, which although has less armor, it gives you a slight dodge bonus. So it's a little bit dodgier than the slightly heavier Panther chassis that we've been having before. And there's also, at the other end of the spectrum, is a Lion heavy tank, which I just love the way this turned out. This looks really good. So it's the opposite. It's slightly less dodge. It's got a minus 5% to dodge, but it gives you much heavier armor and a little bit more hull. So just a bigger, stompier tank. That was really fun to add in. I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. We also have some more turrets. Now, I'm not sure. It's been a while. I think this one's new. These two are new. So there's the Bulwark heavy turret. This guy will give you extra hull points. And then there's also the Ranger turret, which, as the name might imply, it improves the range of the weapons it carries. I know that's cheesy, but what can I say? I couldn't resist. In addition to that, we have some new weapons, of course. Now we have an additional battery in here. We have the original battery, which is basically 30 capacity with 1 regenerate, or we have a 15 capacity battery. It's a less cap, but it's regenerate plus 2. So over the course of the mission, in the long run, that's probably better in a sense. This is better for, you know, burst damage or burst DPS or whatever. And of course, there's, you know, the other one that's better for long engagements. Now, in addition to that, like I said, there's a few more weapons. So I think you've seen most of these. We now have another secondary weapon, the well, here, I'll just put this cannon on there. So we have the 50 caliber heavy machine gun. So the point of this guy, he doesn't do a hell of a lot of damage. He only does 3 damage, but he doesn't consume much energy. So that's the key versus this, not that, but the pulse laser, which will eat up a little more energy. It eats up 6 energy, so it's pretty energy hungry. So if you're running a build that's a little bit energy intensive, you could put on this machine gun, then it'll be a little more energy economic for you. Now, there's also some new heavy or main weapons, and I'm pretty happy with how they turned out. So first up, we have the plasma cannon, which I'm pretty happy about. I'm gonna be adding some more detail to these. I have some ideas on how to spruce this up, but for now, this guy shoots bolts of plasma that do decent damage, and it's pretty heavy on energy usage, but that's cool. And then we have the arc cannon. I see there's a typo there. We'll have to fix that. Anyway, we have the arc cannon, and what that does is, again, as the name might imply, it shoots lightning out of this lightning thing here, and it'll arc from target to target, so you can hit the primary target. It'll arc up to twice, so you can hit a total of 3 people with that, or 3 vehicles with that, 3 enemies. So that's kind of fun. In addition to that, there's also a 75mm autocannon, which is kind of like almost like a rapid fire sort of cannon. So yeah, there's been some gear updates here. So as always, I'm always adding more. No shortage of ideas for that, and I've got a bunch more subsystems in the pipeline that are coming down relatively soon. So that's that there. Now over in our management screen here, we've got. So when we hire a new merc now, there's a lot more variation in the style and the amount, like the visuals of the merc. So it used to just be they'd have this sort of, you know, this helmet on, and that was it. But now you can pick between male, female, and random. So you can keep re-rolling, and you'll see there's a lot more styles for, you know, hair and uniforms and all that kind of stuff. And of course, it's one of those things. I'm always adding more, you know. But anyway, so now the mercs have a lot more personality, a lot more, you know, individuality, I guess. And like I said, there's going to be tons more. I've just kind of started fleshing this out. Anyway, so lots and lots more Merc variation there. And now we have a brand new screen to show. So if we click Hangar here, it's actually going to take us to this new Hangar, which is kind of like a mission select screen kind of thing for the skirmish mode. So it's kind of like you pick what map you want to go to here, and you've got your drop ship here, and this is on the floor, kind of in the hangar bay of your great big huge massive ship that you saw on the title screen there. That's your ship that flies around from system to system, and in that ship you've got this great big drop ship. So you see here the size of the drop ship. These are the tanks inside there, and it's got slots for up to 8 tanks, because that's how many tanks you can have in your squad. But anyway, you can see those 2 tanks we had in there in our little setup there. They're in our dropship here, and now we can pick between levels. I've also added another level, so we have the rock desert, which I'm gonna make some flavor text for that in a little while. Same thing with this original map. I guess I called it Talik River, but whatever. We'll come to that later. So let's start with this first map, because in addition to this new map, we actually have some new map modes, some new game modes to show off. So let's start off in this first map here. We'll show you the game mode on that. And in addition, I've also made a cool little animation for this dropship, so you'll see in a second here. So we click Start Mission, and you see he gets dropped out of the airlock, and then we show up planet side, and he flies away, and he's just dropped off our 2 tanks. So I thought that was pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. Obviously, it could be better. I had this whole plan for a much longer sequence where they're flying down through the clouds, kind of like in Aliens, where they're going down over it. But it's like, what, like who's gonna watch? Who's gonna sit there through that? So I figured I'd make it nice and quick. So this game mode on this map currently, and it's going to be a system where it doesn't really matter what map you're playing. You can have different. I'm going to set the maps up so that different game modes can be played on different maps. It's going to be kind of interchangeable. For now, I've got an Occupy map or mission set up on this map. So you see now when we scroll around, we've got this little flag here and this other flag here. So mission objectives. So it's occupy the objectives. That's our mission here. So what we want to do is we want to occupy both of these flags for so many turns, for 3 turns. And once we've occupied both flags for 3 turns, it'll count down 3 more turns. And once that's up, we win. And by contrast, the same thing with the enemy, right? So if they get to it before us, which they will, they most certainly will, and we'll just pathfind him down here, and then we'll head out. Follow our dude here. Keep passing the turns. Looks like the other guy's engaging the enemy there. You see, we have a medium assault vehicle attacking us. Let's go ahead and claim that point. Alright, so we're on the point. East Bridge occupied by new test PMC. So this guy has been sitting on there now for Julie Wong has taken the this point here. She's sat on us for a few turns now. We have this tank coming up to mess with us, and we are down here. Well, our tank is here, and as you see here, as we tick down the turns, you see 1 of 3 turns occupied, 2 of 3, and 3 of 3. Now we have both. We're going to get a victory in condition. Now this, of course, it's obviously too easy, but it's just kind of demonstrating the actual mode itself. Victory for test PMC in 3 turns, 2 turns, and 1 turn. And we've got some new VFX to show for some of the weapons, but we'll get to that in a sec. So there we go, we won. There you go. I haven't filled out this just yet. I haven't fleshed out this screen just yet, but that's obviously coming. So we'll end that. And what we'll do is we'll go, here, let's bring some more tanks, because there's no reason not to. There we go. And now we can go, let's try out that new map. So we've got a whole new map to try out here, so the desert map, right? So let's load that up, drop into that mission, and see what that's all about. Alright. So here we are in the new desert map here. So this one here is a defend mission, so it's sort of similar to the occupy objectives, except you can't allow them to take it at all. There's no cooldown, so it's kind of like you have to defend this objective. You have to go take it before they get to it, and then you have to defend it for 60 turns. Now, of course, this all has to be balanced. It's basically 60 turns from now, but again, I'm just working on it. So once they get there, they'll grab it, and it'll probably take 20-30 turns to get there, so we'll have to defend it for 30 turns. while they come at us and try and beat us. So let's go do that. The pathfinding is still a little bit squirrely. That's one of the oldest bugs in the game. I need to get to fixing that, but you know, as with everything else, fine. For now, we'll go with the laughably stupid pathfinding. But the broken pathfinding algorithm did this. So it looks like they're using arc cannons, which have really cool VFX, but you know, they don't look great when you zoom out. That's another thing I'm working on. So he's taking this on us now. We need to get him off in like 2 or 3 turns, or we're gonna lose. I didn't pathfind very optimally to this point. Had I done it properly, I would have arrived first. Again, this isn't the actual like mission. I obviously need to balance out distances and how they all spawn and stuff like that. But this is how it's kind of looking now. So we need to get him off of there pretty quick. Let's see if we can do that. No. We didn't get there in time, so we failed that. Now certain defense missions will have more than one objective, but the key is you need to keep the enemy off of these points, period. You can't let them near these points. So this map isn't super balanced for that just yet. I'm just trying to show you the idea of these different new game modes that we have in here. So in addition to that, we also have some new VFX to show, so I wouldn't mind showing some of the weapons and how they look and how they work. And I've also added some post-processing effects to some of the weapons, so they look pretty cool now, I think. So the beam laser looks a little bit punchier with some of the new post-processing effects. You can see here it's got a nice glow to it there, so that looks pretty cool. The pulse laser, same kind of thing. I've added a little bit of glow to that as well, so you can kind of see it's got a nice sort of bloomy sort of look to it there. I don't know, I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. The plasma cannon also has a nice effect to it, so I kind of like how it turned out. And also I've added a recoil effect to some of the guns depending on how they are. The plasma gun has it, the lasers don't have it, or the beam laser don't have it, the pulse lasers do have it, but if you watch, you'll see that actual little bit of a recoil effect here. So he shoots and he lights up like that. I think it looks pretty cool. So that turned out pretty good in my opinion. We also have the new auto cannon to show off, and this one the colors couldn't be uglier, but hey, what do you do? So this one's kind of like a rapid fire, just sort of book kind of thing. I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. Yeah. Anyway, I like the way that one feels. That turned out nicely. And of course, last but certainly not least, we have the arc cannon, which is relatively new. Like I said before, this arcs from enemy to enemy, but what we can show here is just the new visual effects for it. So that's what it looks like now. So I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. Again, a little bit of a bloomy kind of post-process effect on that weapon. So I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. But yeah, all things considered, I'm pretty happy with how things are turning out. Things are coming together nicely. There's still a ton to do. For everything I get done, 3 more things pop up on a list of things I need to do. So I guess that's just how it goes. But from here, it's just more stuff, adding in more game modes, more maps. I've got ideas for a bunch of new maps, a few new game modes. I've got, you know, ideas for gear and all little things I need to take care of. Just little things that I need to work on and iron out. But there's certainly no shortage of things I have on my plate to do. But anyway, like I said, it's coming together nicely. So let me know what you think in the comments about how things are coming along, or if anything you think you'd like to see, or any kind of thoughts or suggestions, or just want to say hey. But anyway, yeah, I think that's it for now, guys. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.